Tell me more about it. This idea, how did you get it? You wrote the script.
To tell you the truth, I am not originally. I'm not the comedy director. I'm much into more heavy films. My first film was Blind Intersection. That was very really directed with. We hit a lot of taboo. It was talking about three different protagonists in Beirut that come from totally three different backgrounds, and we understand after that whatever happens to one would affect certainly the others, even though they don't know each other, even though they are from totally different backgrounds, socially and economically and culturally. And then the idea of that film came from Antoine Khalife and Shadi Haddad. So they had the idea for that film, and they had the script written, and they called me to see if I'll go with them on that project. And I said, okay. I reworked the script a little bit with Josephine Habshi, who was the script writer. And I tried to bring some of my issues into it. And then we went, the idea was mainly, we are, especially through the COVID and through the economical situation in Lebanon, we are going through really hard times. And the idea was, in the middle of that, we still have beautiful things in this country. And we wanted to show those beautiful things. And these are things that we go to when we feel that hectic life is taking us to places where we don't want to go, when we feel we are stressed out. We have places in Lebanon, in the mountain, like 2 hours from Beirut, not very far, where you can go and get back your energy, get back your inner peace, get back your connection with yourself and with your nature. So the idea was to take that character, who is, between brackets, a star, to a place where things are more real, are more connected to earth, to nature, to true self. So that's what we decided to do. And to do it, with the character that we have, the 4 nuns, who really take him into how do I call it? It's like initiative, take him into something. For them, all that glitter of the star doesn't exist. They live in a real world where they have to work, with their hands, where they have to go pick up the apples, where they have to take care of their animals, all of that stuff. So that glitter and that fake world that he's coming from, for them, it doesn't exist. So when he goes there, he finds the real values, what counts, and even he meets love, because he finds there a girl that he falls in love with.
Yeah.
So that was the idea. The idea was really in that world where everything is getting really hard, where the life is becoming very hectic, very stressful, where things are going so fast. We wanted to take that step backward and say, well, you know what? What counts, what really counts, is the human relations, is love, friendship, connecting to ourselves, laughter, all of that.
Yeah, you've done it very well. Listening to you, I sense, in fact, it's a journey towards spirituality, back to spirituality, but it's a light spirituality. It's a fun spirituality. When the protagonist is trying to connect with himself, looking at what's happening around him and everything, he's also having fun. It's not that heavy thing where he's gonna meet some kind of spiritual path that in fact it's very there is pleasure in that. There is you know, happiness in these nuns are capable of passing on messages, yet
Totally.
with a lot of you know, friendship.
Okay. You know, it's funny that you talk about this, because that's what I think. I mean, usually we connect spirituality to gloominess and to, you know, people have to be very serious and very official, you know, which is not the case for me. I mean, first thing is the place we shot in. We shot in the valley of Anubin. We used to call that the Saint Valley. And I mean, they still call it the Saint Valley in Lebanon and all over the world. Because in that place, you used to have a lot of monks who would go and stay I mean, would go there to be able to pray and get away from the world and all that, get them away from prayer and spirituality. But so when we went, Anna, for me, that place was a condition sine qua non to shoot the film. For me, it was to be shot there, even though it's far from Beirut. That means we have to have hotel. But for me, it was very, very important to shoot there. And then, and what you're saying about the place, I mean, the place is spiritual. We don't have to add spirituality to the place. Even though at one point, I was going to do that. Now, for this film, I was producer and director on that film. I had another producer who was producing the film, who is totally... So when we got back, her partner was asking us how did it go, and I was saying it's very spiritual, the place, blah blah blah. When we went to the Reke, so he asked her, "Do you that?" She said, "Yeah, that's what." You cannot but feel the energy of.
For some reason, the connection is not very good. It freezes at times when you talk. It has
to repeat.
Yes, please, because it has done it like 2 or 3 times. If you could,
yeah. Is it fine now?
Actually, it froze again. I think it's a problem of connection, maybe in our side or your side.
My side. Is it okay now?
Now it's okay, but at some point it freezes. But don't worry about it. We'll edit it. We'll try to edit so that it doesn't.
Okay. Do you want me to repeat something for your safety?
Just go back maybe a little.
Okay.
Talking and then so that we could use.
So I was saying that the place where we shot is very spiritual. The energy of the place is really amazing. So the valley where we shot was called the Saint Valley because monks used to go there to get away from the hectic life, from the materialistic world, and go to prayers and to meditation and all of that. And I was telling you that I was producer director on that film, but first I was working with a producer who was supposed to produce the film, and she is I mean, she doesn't believe in God. She's very atheist and very, you know. So when we went there for Reke and we came back, her partner was asking, and I was talking about the spirituality of the place. So she asked the producer, and she said, "What you feel?" And the producer said, "Well, you know what? Yes, I mean, you cannot deny the spirituality and the energy of the place. So whatever, even if you don't believe in anything, when you go there, there is something that gets into you. And if you don't feel the spirituality, at least you will feel a certain peace, a certain energy." So first, that for the spirituality, and for me, the place was a condition sine qua non. We don't shoot. I mean, for me, it was shot in that place. That's it. Even though for production, that meant we needed hotels, and because it's really far, we cannot go every day. Additional to that, for me, I mean, it's true that when you talk spirituality, people tend to believe that it's going to be very formal, very serious, and very gloomy. While for me, the real spirituality is in joy, in love, in laughter, in music. For me, I mean, for me, one of the nuns at one point, she goes into dancing. And for me, it's a form of spirituality. I mean, when you really get to a point where you really connect with the elements and you connect with the world around you, and with the people around you, this is spirituality. This is the real meaning of, I mean, I guess you vibrate very highly at that point. And for me, that was the main purpose of that film, saying that we can live together even we don't agree with each other, even if we don't believe in the same things, even if we don't have the same purpose for life. But if we connect truly and sincerely with the others and with the elements, for me, this is the highest way of living your life.
Yeah, well, I agree. And you showed it very well. You showed it through the transformation of the protagonist. You know, how we saw him in the beginning in his world, coming from his world where he was so tense, so egoistical, so he wouldn't he doesn't care about the rest, so materialistic. He almost hurts that girl, and he was wondering if his car had something or not, and so it's a big shift because he changed totally, and then we understand that it's really the experience that has changed him. And those four nuns, in fact, you chose four nuns, but if it was an animation, I would have seen their fairies. They looked so much like those fairies in Peter Pan, or in very they complement each other, and at the same time they're all in that very good spirit. They wouldn't harm a mosquito, and they would be always supportive, and at the same time making fun of each other, and knowing the weaknesses of each other, and playing with each other, but without meaning any harm. And it's very nice to have chosen this kind of support to the characters, because in comedies usually we tend to see protagonists suffer more, because going through experiences where they suffer more. Here, obviously, he suffers because what he wanted is he was not going to get it, but still he has a very nice experience, and it's through again those nuns that
I love the comparison that you made with it's true. I mean, the fairies of which one the fairies. It's true. I mean, I love that. I never thought about it this way, but true. I mean, what I love about the actresses, the four nuns that we had, is that usually, I mean, in the comedy, we don't have, at least in Lebanon, I don't know in the rest of the Arab world, if we have that ensemble comedy. It wasn't a comedy based on one character, or it was when they were in the scene, it was their ensemble, thing that they played together, the way they interacted. That was the comedy. I mean, it wasn't a one character comedy. It was something. Every time they were together, they had that sort of interaction that was great. And that's, I mean, it's, I guess, more than what I did or what the script is. It was their inner, I mean, the quality of the actors that
but also probably your directing, because how did you direct the actors? Give me an idea of what's your process when you
we had. I start by having a reading with all the actors all together. So we start with the reading. Everybody reads its part. Then we talk about every character, how they see each other, how they see themselves, how they see each other, the kind of relation they have together. That very general, because we have everybody. And then the people, for example, the four nouns, we had other readings with the four nouns where we were talking about, because I mean, these people are living together. We had to find a group dynamic between them that works, and that you feel that they've been together for so long.
Yeah.
So that's something we did. I mean, after the general reading, then I take the people who have the most interaction together, and we work together on the characters, where they come from, what they need, what they want, how they're gonna be, etc. And then on the shooting, it goes really smoothly, because then what we need to do, because as I've seen the places with the director of photography, so we know our angles, we know what we need to shoot, the angles of the camera and all of that stuff. And then all I have to do is find the choreography with the choreography with the actors, especially in when they're all together. Absolutely. But it's more than mise en scène. For example, the scene when the Pope comes and that comes and he wants to go to that room, and they don't want him to go to the room. There is a sort of choreography between all of the characters that we need to find. So then, I mean, with the dialogue and the place, we find it, and then we play the camera according to that movement of the group movement of everybody, and that's it. But usually the shooting is very smooth, because we agreed on everything already before the shooting. So we go there, and we find the best way to do it, and we do it.
Well, how long did it take you to shoot the film?
19 days. It
19
was short because
19
days.
Oh, okay.
Because it was
because it was in most of one place. So I mean, it was on that estate, but still, everything was close to each other. And the images.
Absolutely. I mean, in the
sorry. Now, I was going to compliment you for your cinematographer, because the images were also very nice images of because it's an outdoor. Most of it is outdoor, and with the light, the daylight, and
It was a very nice synergy between the director of photography, Jenny Abifarid, that I salute here, the place as it is. I mean, there was something beautiful about the place, and myself. It was really a beautiful synergy. We worked perfectly well together, and I was happy with what I had. He was happy with the experience, saying that I was giving him direction that were very precise. So for him, it was very easy to give me what I wanted, because we as well, I mean, we went to visit and pick up the places together. So we had that communication even long before the shooting. We went to the places many times, so we agreed on everything, and it was really smooth as well, the collaboration with the cinematographer.
And the location you used, is this a nun's location, or no? You set
place,
up.
We set it up totally. It was a museum, so we took out everything that gave it as a museum, and it was totally decorated and beautifully decorated by as well my art director Walid. He did a great job as well.
Very nice. The end result is very nice, and
quite realistic. You would believe that they are living there, right?
Exactly. It looked like if they lived all the time there,
Yeah.
or at least they went to a place where other nuns were living.
Yeah, but no, they
but
no.
it was
Yeah.
so they did very good work in showing it the way it's been shown, and also the plot you found a nice way to at the end resolve the situation for the
Yeah.
protagonist, and that was also part of the
We're not gonna say, but we're not gonna
no,
talk about
we don't want to say it. I'm not gonna spoil the movie, but still, it's very interesting how it evolves and how the story ends with the sense of fulfillment for everyone. So yeah. Well, tell me more now about your other work. You said before you've done something very heavy, very dramatic, and then from there you move to a comedy. And what's your next take now?
I have a project that's it's a suspense. It's what do you call it? It's in enquête. Let me find the word. It's a
like a crime.
no,
story?
it's not crime. It's a quest for disappearing poets during the war it's a suspense film with things leading to other things, but and
to find out what happened in an
yes
okay.
And it's based in Beirut in the 19th.
Investigation type of
It's an absolutely it's it's investigation with based on political background. It happens in Beirut in the 90s. In the 90s, it was the end of the civil war, and Lebanon was living a booming economy. But underneath, we still had the Syrian regime occupation with a total control of the political life and the economical life of the Lebanese society. So things were happening underneath. So it's that dual situation where you on the surface you see things happening beautifully, but underneath you had horrible things happening. So
yeah.
That's mainly
that sounds already very interesting. How these when you put two words next back to back, and then will be flipping from this word to the other word, as you say. Very,
for me, I mean, I come from a country where you have, I guess all of us. I mean, our countries are not stable. People are suffering. People are having. So we have a lot of stories to tell.
Yeah.
The same time, I mean, what's interesting about a festival like yours is usually we expect from that part of the world to have films that are very heavy, telling horrible stories, etc. And it's nice to see that from time to time, well, we are living as well, and we enjoy our lives, and we have laughable stories, and we have stories full of love and life and all of that. So it's good, sort of, to balance the same time having stories and films that are light, nice, feel-good films, and the same time to have film where you have to say sorry before they go in because they're gonna cry, and they're gonna feel that it's gonna be heart-wrenching for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But at the same time, I don't know about Lebanon, but here in Morocco, people when they go today to the movies, they like to go to watch local movies. If they want to see a local film, because they like blockbusters like all over the world, but Moroccan movies, they'd rather see comedies in the movie theaters where they pay, because it's like if on TV there is too much drama. They're fed up with with so much drama coming, from Morocco and from Turkey and from, or melodrama, or so they, so one has to provide for that, and at the same time, it's an cinema art form that is a bit underrated. For some reason, people feel comedy is not as serious as drama, but when it's not true. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I mean, it's a very thin line. In comedy, it's even harder, because when you are doing comedy, it's very easy to be to fall into something not I mean not serious. When you to be able to do a fine comedy is very hard. It's harder than
much harder than writing for drama or
yes.
shooting drama. Yeah, we
yes.
are aware, but because of the tendency of festivals to underrate comedy, then there is nobody really that can say, okay, comedy work is really worthwhile, because it's incredibly hard and incredibly fulfilling when it hits the at the right chords. You watch today.
Audience, of course.
Yeah. And mastering the art helps you also make better dramas, because the best dramas today have comedy in them, have comedy elements that makes them even richer. And also you have a very, very nice nice messages that you can pass on with comedy. For example, in your film, when we know reality and we know what has been happening in Lebanon and everything, and then we see this harbor of peace, of spirituality, and then we get a very nice message of tolerance, of so we don't put in our head that Lebanon is only chaos and war and civil war, and no, there is something else, and with the proof. I mean, we watch a movie, and then we know it's reality. We suspend our belief, but at the same time, we know this is also Lebanon. We can't just talk only about what the news, CNN tells us.
That's what I used to say as well. That usually people, when you say Lebanon, people know how Lebanese die, and it's good from time to time to see how they live, how they love, how they enjoy life. And so for me, it was important to show that side that we still have, and it's strongly here.
Yeah, and perceptions are very important, and passing a message so that people have a new perception of a reality is extremely important in this world, because otherwise we become all victims of these media, how they're so aggressive, and they would not speak about anything but murder or some kind of mass killing. That's all they're interested in.
And Shakir, I believe strongly that way of resistance, one of the ways of resisting, with what was happening globally with COVID, with the economic situation in Lebanon, we were robbed by our banks and by our state. And we shot that film after August 4. For me, that was resisting all of that. That was a way of saying, you know what, we are still here. We still are able of loving, laughing, living. And that was very important for all of the team, not only for me, for the actors, and we went shooting. We had the second most important bombing at the port of Beirut in the 4th of August. And we went shooting on November. So hardly 3 months after the destruction of half of the city. All of us, we had our houses damages. We had people. I lost my cousin. Many people in what happened the 4th of August. So for us to go there, having that breath of fresh air, having that nature the way it was, that spirituality, that place, that beauty, being together, that was for us a way to say, you know what, we are still here and we will continue and we will live despite everything.
Well, congratulations for having this stand and for helping us all improve our lives and improve the world through messages like that.
Yes.
We need more of that. Thank you so much, Lara. Thank
Thank you so much.
Are you going to be at the Red Festival this year, or are you going to be busy?
I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I don't know. We are I'm preparing another film with a friend that I'll be co-producing, co-directing.
Okay. Great.
So I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
We wish you the best luck for your film in our festival and in other festivals, and we wish you the best luck in your career with your films. And please, if you make another comedy, send it to us. We'll be very happy to have you back again in our festival. Thanks again, and
thank you so
let
much.
you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm sorry I took maybe
it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure.
Take care now.